In a lush green forest, every single morning began with a beautiful melody. This wasn't just any sound, it was the song of a little bird named Pip. Pip absolutely adored singing. His voice wasn't loud or booming, but it was incredibly soft, happy, and filled the air with pure joy. The flowers seemed to bloom brighter, and the river seemed to sparkle just a little bit more whenever Pip sang his morning tune. His song was the heartbeat of the forest, a gentle reminder that a new, wonderful day had begun. But one day, something changed. As Pip was singing his heart out on a branch, a group of bigger, louder birds flew by. They stopped and listened, but they weren't smiling. "Your voice is so small and quiet," one of them chirped with a laugh. "We can barely hear you," another one added. Their words, sharp as thorns, pierced Pip's little heart. He had never thought his voice was too small. He just loved to sing. But their laughter echoed in his ears, and a heavy sadness settled over him. Pip's beak trembled, and he flew back to his nest, deciding he would never sing again. The very next morning, an unfamiliar silence hung over the forest. There was no gentle song to greet the sunrise. The animals woke up feeling like something was missing. The forest felt strangely empty and dull. The squirrels stopped their playful chases. The rabbits twitched their noses in confusion, and even the wise old owl seemed puzzled by the quiet. The joy that Pip's song brought was gone, and the whole forest felt its absence. It was just a quiet, ordinary morning, and nobody liked it one bit. As if the silence wasn't enough, a strange, thick fog began to roll in. It crept between the trees, covering everything in a blanket of grey. Soon, the animals couldn't see the path in front of them. A little fox cub got separated from its mother. A family of deer couldn't find their way back to the meadow, and everyone started to feel lost and a little bit scared. They began to call out for help, their voices filled with worry, but the fog muffled their sounds, making them feel even more alone. From his nest, Pip heard their frightened calls. He saw how lost and scared everyone was, and his heart ached for his friends. He remembered the bigger birds' mean words, but then he looked at the worried faces below. He knew he had to do something. Taking a deep, shaky breath, Pip puffed out his chest and did the one thing he did best. He sang. He sang louder than he ever had before, pouring all of his hope and courage into his melody. His song, clear and true, cut through the thick fog like a beam of light. The lost animals heard it and turned towards the sound. The little fox cub followed the melody back to its mother. The deer family followed the tune back to the safety of their meadow. One by one, Pip's song guided everyone home. As they gathered together, the fog seemed to lift, and the sun broke through the clouds. The forest was safe again. Pip looked down and smiled, and then he started to sing again, this time with pride. Everyone cheered, finally understanding that every voice, no matter how big or small, has the power to make a world of difference. Thank you for watching.